Dear students, in today's video lecture, we are going to study the next topic from the diuretics, that is the mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist. The learning outcome for this topic. After completion of this topic, students, you will be able to understand what is the mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist, what is the mechanism of action of mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist, and what are the different drugs from this category like spironolactone. Now, what is the mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist? The adrenal cortex secretes a potent mineralocorticoid called as aldosterone, which promotes the salt and water retention and the potassium and hydrogen ion excretion. This aldosterone exerts its biologic effect through the binding of mineralocorticoid receptor, that is a nuclear transcription factor. Now we will going to see what is the exact mechanism of action for this mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist. Before that, we will see what is the role of this aldosterone. Aldosterone interact with the cytoplasmic mineralocorticoid receptor to enhance the expression of sodium, potassium ATPase and the sodium channel involved in a sodium potassium transport in the distal tubule. Now, the drugs which are aldosterone receptor antagonists like spironolactone, that having the competitive binding with the receptor, that is the aldosterone dependent sodium potassium exchange site in the distal renal tubule, and then these drugs causes or that increases the amount of sodium and water to be excreted, while at the same time the potassium is retained in the body. This antagonist binds to the mineralocorticoid receptor, blocking the action of aldosterone on the gene expression, and that aldosterone, which is the primarily important hormone which is required to retain the sodium and excretion of the potassium in the kidney. So aldosterone antagonist causes the loss of sodium and water, and that causes retention of potassium, that means it causes the hyperkalemia, and that's why there is having some risk of acidosis. Other mineralocorticoids have an effect on the electrolytic balance of the body, but the aldosterone is the most potent. Its ability to cause increased reabsorption of sodium and chloride ion and increased potassium ion excretion is approximately 3000-fold that of hydrocortisone. A substance that antagonizes the effect of aldosterone would convincingly be a good diuretic drug. Spironolactone and the eplerenone are the example of such antagonists. These drugs are also classified as a potassium-sparing diuretics. Now, we are going to study in detail spironolactone. Spironolactone competitively inhibits the aldosterone, which binds to the mineralocorticoid receptor, thereby interfering with the reabsorption of sodium and the chloride ions and the associated water. This mineralocorticoid antagonist activity is dependent on the presence of G-lactone ring on the C17 and a substituent on the 7th position in the spironolactone and structurally related compound. Now in a structure of spironolactone, you can see this is the substitution at the 7th position, and this is your G-lactone ring. That these two groups, whatever that is shown in the structure by a red color, that are important for the mineralocorticoid receptor antagonist activity. Interaction of these C7 unsubstituted antagonists such as aldosterone with a methionine residue in a mineralocorticoid receptor ligand's binding domain is important for the receptor activation and the subsequent transcription. However, this interaction is theoretically hindered by the C7 substituent on the aldosterone antagonist, thereby leaving mineralocorticoid receptor in an active conformation. The most important renal site of these receptors, and hence the primary site of action of spironolactone, is in the late distal convoluted tubule and the collecting system, or you can say the collective duct. Now we are going to study the different therapeutic application of spironolactone. This spironolactone is very useful in the treating edema which is resulting from the primary hyperaldorism and the refractory edema associated with the secondary hyperaldorism. Then, spironolactone is also considered to be the drug of choice for treating edema resulting from the cirrhosis of the liver. The dose of spironolactone is 100 mg per day given in a single or the divided doses. Another use of spironolactone is co-administered with a potassium depleting diuretics like or a thiazide or a loop diuretic to prevent or to treat diuretic induced hypokalemia. However, it should not be combined with potassium sparing diuretic like triamterene or the amiloride. Spironolactone can be administered in a fixed dose combination with the hydrochlorothiazide for this purpose, but the optimal individualization of the dose of each drug is recommended. Now we will going to study the adverse effect of this spironolactone. The primary concern with the use of spironolactone is the development of hyperkalemia, which can be fatal. Spironolactone may cause hypersensitivity reaction, gastrointestinal disturbances, and the peptic ulcer. There are also some sexual side effects like gynecomastia, decreased libido, then impotency can also occur and are due to non-selective binding of spironolactone to the androgen receptor, glucocorticoid receptor, and the progesterone receptor. It also has been implemented in the tumor production during chronic toxicity studies in the rat, but the human risk has not been documented. Thank you.